Hey everyone, welcome back to another market closing live stream. This is funny on the momentum stock comment here. I just saw coming up as I got seated here. We had this morning, Catherine from the street say to Jim Cramer on their video, hey, Meet Kevin says you should be calling it a momentum stock, not a meme stock. And Jim Cramer's like, oh, no. They like it being called meme stock. I'm like, I don't think so. I don't think any of us like to think that the investments we're making are a joke. And I think memes are a joke. So I personally think meme is insulting. Now, I'm not trying to like bag on Jim Cramer here. I like Jim Cramer, right? I just have a very different opinion. I believe we like momentum. And folks, we're getting some serious momentum right now on AMC. Volume has picked up substantially. I'm trying to figure out exactly what it is. I have a suspicion as to what it is. I believe what really led this explosion here was the sharing of the fact that S3 partners, which a lot of folks don't like S3, but is the sharing of S3's information that S3 believes AMC has a 10 out of 10 short squeeze potential, which is the highest short squeeze potential. I think we're moving on that. I'm surprised by it because I've known about that S3 partners 10 out of 10 short squeeze potential for, like all week, and volume has been declining. And I'm like, there's no way that's going to be a catalyst because we already knew about it. I think I was just early to knowing about it. Somebody mentioned earlier that they're like, oh, Kevin, you were like 2 weeks before Reddit on Workhorse. And I know that's how we made lots of money on Workhorse. But the point here is the volume sucked today. The good news it didn't. The good news is we were hodling. Like the shares I have, hodling every single share we have. And I think a lot of people were hodling. So the volume pressure was actually really, really low because the sell pressure was very low. And then as soon as we got a tiny catalyst, boom, we got the volume, we got the push. This is great. I think that actually puts us pretty close to, I think, back to even. Are we? Let's go ahead and pull it up. Let's go see where the shares sit right now. Nope, not quite yet back to even, but let's see. So still be down on those options. Still, I'm hunting for an opportunity. Well, obviously, I mean, looking in hindsight, this morning would have been a nice opportunity to pick up on some more 2022 calls. But anyway, here's the daily profit and loss right now off the shares that we bought together. That about 60 or 75,000. The only reason the cost is 73 is because we had invested $10,000. It ran up to about $12,400 or whatever, and then we added the rest to get to 75,000 as expected. But anyway, it is down about $5,700 right now. Not a big deal. Not really caring about the fluctuations at all. Holding this stuff for at least a year, so it doesn't matter. But I am wanting to make some more money on swing plays. And so swing plays this week have been pretty profitable. I had two profitable moves, one on Workhorse that I pulled about $30,000 out of net after all the ups and downs. Then I had a second batch of swings that I was up about $12,000 on, which was really good. And I was only playing with about $60,000, $30,000 in Workhorse. Actually, it was like $42,000 in Workhorse. And then separately, once I closed that out, I took that same set of money and put it into some options. So on the week, I'm up about 42 minus this morning. I closed out a very short-term option that in the short term went against me, down 3,900 on that one. So for the week, and I'm going to put a spreadsheet together once the week is over, probably later today, and just break through all of it. But for the week, that's still up like 38, 39K. That's pretty good for playing around. We've really played these momentums pretty well, and I'm really excited about this movement. Again, I forgot. I thought member chat was on. I thought the what's it called? Now I lost my train of thought. Oh well, whatever. My point is, I really think this momentum opportunity is something that we can play with a lot. We just have to be somewhat strategic with our ins and outs, knowing that momentum sometimes disappears. Sometimes it disappears for a day. Sometimes it goes away for 2 or 3 days, as we saw here with AMC until today. We had 2 or 3 quiet days until just now. And sometimes momentum can be gone for 2 or 3 months. So in my opinion, even though you can get some juicy returns on those 1 to 2 week calls, Personally, I advocate for at least a 6-month in this kind of environment. Even that, honestly, is a little bit risky. If you want to be a little bit safer, go for those January or March 2023 calls. That'll still give you a leveraged upside without actually taking on debt. The option will still give you leverage built into it. Maybe if you go for the March 2023s, you'll still have about a 2-to-1 leverage on just owning the shares, but you'll have much less risk in the short term because you won't be up against, crap, this option expires next week. If it stays red today and then Monday it's red 10% or something like that, you end up getting screwed. And so you want to be very, very careful on those shorter term, whatever. Throwing out people's yearly salaries like it's nothing. Well, look, my very first year working at Hollister, I made $3,000. The next year, I made $6,000 working at Jamba Juice. First year as a real estate agent, I made $39,000. No, I'm sorry. No, that was my gross. I think I net like $32,000 that year, $56,000 thereafter. And so I get it. Like, I totally get it. Like, you claw your way up. I know it feels weird now because I'm obviously working with a larger portfolio to where 1% of my portfolio, is someone's potential salary. But that's just the nature of being 100% transparent on the channel, right? So anyway, you get everything, okay? Like it or not. Anywho, so great move here on AMC. I'm happy about it. I have to say, I am surprised that what it looks like was the S3 10 out of 10 ranking on the AMC squeeze was potentially a catalyst here. Once more of that started spreading on social media, it sort of corresponded with this AMC squeeze here. So, or maybe not necessarily, I wouldn't necessarily call this a squeeze. I'd say this is more of a movement right here. So again, surprise. I've known about that for a while. I didn't think that was going to be a big catalyst. Okay, lesson learned. So I'm not always right. My goal is to be right more than I'm wrong. And so I will always admit that. We've got a nice movement here on Sens. Look at Sens here at the last part of the day here, just blowing up out of nowhere. And see, this is what's happening is you have these consolidating stocks where volume is very, very low. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, boom, it's like somebody comes and just punches the stock and it blows up. It's incredible. The movement can be very, very powerful. Right at the VWAP on Fubo TV here, Lordstown. Lordstown bouncing off those incredible lows that we had seen. Look at that bounce right off the VWAP right here. Yeah, traders are watching that. So we've got, let's go to 30-minute here just to see the day a little more. Yeah, nice move here on Lordstown. I'm not going to go into Lordstown. It's not a momentum play that I'm going to play because I think the risk of them raising capital is much, much too high, especially given to the fact that they basically said, don't invest in the stock. We are going to raise lots of capital. They said that, okay? Neo had some insane volume today, and it's actually holding up its volume. Look, this is a perfect chart right here to see the impact of volume on some momentum. Neo is, I generally look at it as more of a fundamentals play. I like it under $45. We just crossed over $45 today. I've been buying it in the 30s. I've built my position. Same thing with Peloton. Love it. Love it for the long term. Great move here. I have big positions in both of these companies. So very happy to see these move. My longs make up the vast majority of the fluctuations in my portfolio, but I do still like trading. And so I do with a smaller part of my portfolio. We've got Lemonade. My justification, by the way, for trading, because some people, they ask me, Kevin, why do you bother? Well, thank you for the compliment here on you listen to your people. I do. I think people think I don't read the comments or I don't get I'm not willing to adapt. I'm always willing to adapt to my fans. And so because I owe it to you, that's why we do. We've done giveaways before, many times before on the channel. We just did a $72,000 giveaway. But anyway, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, people ask me like, why do I trade? Actually, one of the reasons I like trading is because if I make mistakes in longs, which usually the longs end up working out. 9 out of 10 times the longs are great. But if I make a mistake, even in work, or like, let's say, for example, you buy a computer and you drop it, and it's like, oh my gosh, like that was a $3,000 computer or whatever. Now it's broken, and you make these stupid mistakes, or like, oh, I accidentally, scratched the car. That's going to cost $1,500. Like all those stupid little things in life that just like, they bother you, they burden you, they sit on your shoulders, and it's just like, oh, I'm such an idiot or whatever. Like that kind of stuff, to me, doing these swing trades and playing these momentum stocks and making money on them and profiting on them, to me is just like it balances out all the crap. And so like then you have way less stress in your life because it's like, no worries. Well, we'll keep swing trading and that'll pay for that. And that, that just paid, Workhorse just paid for that scratch and that broken computer, right? It feels a lot better. At least that sort of mentality. I'm really big on psychology when it comes to investing. I think many of you know that. Just because I think that we are our own worst enemy. And sometimes I make mistakes too, where I'm like, I look back and I'm like, seriously, I totally let the emotion get to me. And so I'm always refining and training that. I'm not perfect, but I honestly, like, these live streams are a great way for me to keep my thoughts very clear. And so that's one of the reasons too. People are like, oh, Kevin, we know. Oh, I forgot to put the course coupon here. People are like, oh, Kevin, you like, when are you going to stop doing the course member private live streams? I have no plans to ever stop them. I mean, no guarantees. The private live streams won't last forever, but I really like them because they're such a really great opportunity for us to chat and for us to directly talk together about ideas and investment plans or strategies. And they let you also document what you're doing, so you kind of keep yourself, on the straight path. So, and I think that's why if you're not documenting the trades you're doing and the moves you're doing, get some kind of book. I bought this at Disney, and it is a little aside from the sticks, but I bought this at Disney and Star Wars Land. And so I keep my notes in here. It's really nice. I overpaid for what it is, a booklet here. Yeah. Oh my gosh. This was $30, which is insane. $29.99. You gotta be kidding me. But anyway, like, I keep it here. I like it. It reminds me of happy times. I keep my strategies, my notes in here, things that I want to prioritize. And so having this thing open and in front of me, I think, is really nice. And I have all of you apes in here. Remember when we did the 32-hour live stream? I've got your names in here. So it's almost kind of like a little memento of that day as well. So see, look at that list we got over here. It's great. So anyway, yeah. All right. Those are all old notes here. I'll get to my new ones. There we go. Okay, so let's go back to the sticks here and see what else is going on. Kevin doesn't come across the guy. Oh, well, thank you. All right, so, okay, what do we got here? So AMC is running back to our support line at the top, which is currently going to serve as a resistance for us. But we really want to see AMC break above this. If it could break above this, it'd be such a great weekend. It'd be so nice. Then we've got, we could look at coin in a second here. Give me a moment. Silver running. Coin is not going to be a momentum play, okay? So that's also very important to know. Like, our momentum plays are the oversolds. You gotta, to find the next momentum, in my opinion, you look for the big oversolds. That's how I made a good chunk of money on Workhorse. I've been eyeballing Fisker for a few days, but I don't know. I've been having trouble convincing myself to go on Fisker because it has had about 10 days of up. Actually, probably more, like 12 or 13 days of up. So I've been a little bit slow on making a move on this one. GameStop obviously had a big sell down yesterday, and we're up 4.4% today, right around here with Lemonade stock, which is great. Lemonade, by the way, I'm not buying at these prices. I really, when Lemonade fell under 80, I'm like, oh yeah, buy. And then the darn thing fell to like 58, which was hilarious. But now I look back and I'm like, no, it was good to buy it at 80. And this is why people, I don't like the phrase when people are like, oh, don't catch a falling knife. I'm like, shut up. I'm getting good prices over here. Doesn't matter if it's here. It's lower than where it is now. And that is usually a pretty consistent thing. So it's very difficult to perfectly time the bottom. You'd try your best, obviously. And there are a lot of strategies you can use to try to identify the bounces. But the problem is when you hit the bottom, a lot of times we convince ourselves that, oh no, this is a bull trap. This is a bull trap. It's going to come right back down. So it's what I'm saying. It's all about your own psychology. Hence psychology and stocks. Link down below, 40% off with the coupon code. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what else we got going on here. Enphase is still a fundamental low for me. I like this one a lot, trading at about 20, probably now about 24 times forward PE for 2025. using a 2025, I understand for growth stocks is maybe a little bit of a reach in terms of time, but it helps me really compare and evaluate companies together. Like, for example, Google's trading for like 13 times its forward 2025 earnings. And so I can really balance out, okay, let's get a little bit of Google and balance it maybe with a little bit of Tesla or something to that effect. We do that in the course as well. So I think it was 3 or 4 Fridays ago, we bought like 5 or 600K of stock, and we did exactly that. And looking back now, a lot of these companies are just straight up, which has been wonderful with the timing, but for our longs. Coinbase, though, I'm still very tempted by Coinbase. It's only moved 1% today. It is, it's pretty well near bottoms. It seems like we've kind of been testing these levels as support here. We've actually touched these levels a few times here. We did break down through on one day. We actually closed the day at 218, though, which is really interesting because the way we closed that 208 hit almost serves as a slight support level at 218. Let me drag that down a little bit. 218 is about right here. Yeah, well, obviously at the bottom of the box, but I was looking at the right. So 218 is at the bottom of the box here. It does feel like, yeah, we're somewhere in this range here. 218 to really this 223 level. I'm just going to leave it right here. This appears to be, we can just even double it up really quick. There, do sort of a 218. Yeah, right around here. See, we're getting a lot more touches at that 223. This is not to say that this is not going to fall lower. If we get and this is the danger of Coinbase, is if Bitcoin, for example, rotates down to, imagine Bitcoin breaks the 31 support level. Oh man. If Bitcoin broke 31 support like hardcore on like an hour or day candlestick, and I'm not just talking about like short term, I mean like for a few days, it's possible that Bitcoin could drop down to that 21 range, and I think that would end up depressing Coinbase into the high 100s, which would be very, very disappointing. And as inflation rotates away, there are some people who believe there could be enough of a catalyst to briefly test that. I certainly hope not, but that's possible. And so what I'll do is I'm going to pull up the fundamentals really quickly on Coinbase, and we'll do a brief look again at our forwards on this. While that loads up, though, let's go ahead and keep looking at some of the other sticks, specifically our AMC run that we're seeing here and the catalyst today with S3 that we've seen. We've seen a very good push here. Once volume actually started coming into the stock, that's really when we saw our push today, which is has been wonderful. You could really see how low volume was here. And this was such a big red flag this morning when we were talking about, oh my gosh, the first minute candlestick is so low. But we did start seeing that rise in AMC price. We did start seeing, I even remember this morning, it was either in the Market Open live stream or the Market Open live stream or the course member live stream, where we drew this ascending pattern here because we were looking for a support. And so we drew this ascending pattern. And this was a perfect indication here, now in hindsight. And I always like to clarify when it's trading, somebody who's talking about day trading or just technical analysis in general should always mention, like, I'm looking in hindsight or I'm looking forward, right? Yeah. Anyway, in hindsight, this was an indicator here of a potential breakout coming. So good job. Good job, AMC. We are rallying into the close, slowing down a little bit, flattening a little bit here at the moment, 14.3% to the upside. So we do have XPeng and NEO really kicking butt here. I mean, XPeng's just over $40 again. Incredible given that this thing fell down into the low 20s there for a period of time. So some incredible movers here. Fisker, Build-A-Bear breaking out of 17, finally into the 18 range. Very good. We have Sundial at 105, kind of been dancing around here, a little flat. Workhorse hanging out around this 15 level. Kind of interesting to see Workhorse hanging out around 15. Usually you see more of a support around 14 for Workhorse. And so it does make me a little, cautious here, especially since somewhat we have this descending pattern here. And so I want to keep an eye on Workhorse. If we retest back down to 14 and we hold this support, maybe that's another opportunity to buy some options. Again, from now on, I'm going to stay away from the 1 to 2 week options, like I explained earlier in this video here. So if you're just now joining, make sure to scroll back for my explanation on that. Is Scott clickbaiting here? Elon announces a purchase of shares in AMC. Why do I not believe you? uh, but I will quickly fact check that so we can either declare that or trash that. All right. So let's see here. No, so I don't see anything under Tesla. And if I look under AMC, you're kidding. Okay, good. All right. Well, you never know because I always like to clarify that because if somebody picks that up and then they're like, really? And then it runs a rumor. Okay, so we were going to look at Coin Fundy here. So I'll go ahead and pull that up. You're lucky you said you're kidding because I was about to throw the hammer on you. Just kidding. Or not. I don't know. All right. So just quickly looking at the fundamentals of Coin here, and I'm just going to read them off really quick. So we have a revenue forecast, total revenue forecast of $9 billion in 2025 with an EPS of 679. At 224 divided by 679, it does put us at about 33 times forward 2025 earnings. It does put our EPS actually is expected to be higher here. See, we're expected to kind of go through this V, and this is something that I mentioned in my fundamental analysis of Coinbase as well, that we expect revenue and earnings per share to actually go down as they transition to more service-based revenue. So another example might be looking at 2022. And if we look at 2022 and divide by projected EPS, we're actually closer to 46, which I mean is somewhere you would expect Coin to be. So it's not like it's a substantial fundamental bargain. I think it's kind of fairly priced for the moment with the revenue uncertainty that we have. But I do believe that by 2025, we still have an easy target of $600-700 for Coinbase as we transition to those services. So, speaking out loud there, that makes me curious about the 2023 option strategy versus just holding shares. So that usually, I don't know. I probably would, if I was going to go on Coin right now, I might actually just go shares. So I wanted to get that out. Okay, so let's go back over here. Got AMC kind of teetering here around that 1430, 1340. Chanat's tweet reaction to who's that? Kevin's starting to talk. Lulu, who's Lulu Minotaur? Who said that? Who's Chanat? Chanat. I don't know. Oh well. Unless you mean Chamath. Check mind medicine. Okay, let's see. We disagree on a lot. However, I just YOLO'd 50K at AMC squeeze, baby. Well, good for you. Good for you. All right. Mind med. So Mind medicine is moving a little bit here too. Yeah, Mind medicine had a change, LOL. I don't know what you're talking about, Lulu. Anyway, okay. So Mind Medicine here, they just lost their CEO, JR. And so I'm actually surprised we're getting a run so quickly here on Mind Medicine just the very next day here. It is something that's a little surprising to me, but that is a good thing. Okay, so let's see what else we have here. Is it worth waiting for later 2023 date expiration options to open up around September, October for Coin? Maybe. Yeah. Okay. So let's I want to see quickly what's losing here. So Upstart is rotating down. Usually, let's look at Upstart really quick because this could be another potential momentum. All right. So we actually already have some support lines drawn from previous instances. And so we have worked on these a lot. You could see actually the 76 here, the 98 over here, the 108 somewhere around here. And we've drawn these all over time. So I don't like trying to redetermine why I drew the lines. I only draw the lines if I believe them to be accurate and a worthwhile support line. So generally I trust my previous lines as long as I don't move them, which I never move them. So let's look at 30-minute here. So we're quickly approaching the 120 support. I personally think we're probably on Upstart. It wouldn't shock me to test like a 1 or a 98. If we hit a 98 again on Upstart, I don't think we're going to go to 76, but we hit a 98, which is a harder support. I think this has the potential of running again. Yeah, Upstart does this pattern movement a lot, and so it's something I want to watch. Yeah, there we go. See, look at this. See how briefly we get to kind of 79, but we hit this 98 more frequently. This is the kind of action you want to capitalize on. We've done that over here as well. Up and back down. But anyway, yeah, this is the kind of action I like capitalizing on. It's very Microvision-esque. Look at Dave and Buster's here giving up. Dave and Buster's given up on the day chart here. This is, I think, a symptom of just recovery stocks just having a little bit of a rough time here to really get additional momentum. I think recovery stocks kind of capped around March, April, and we're really setting up for a potential rally again in companies that are tech, in companies that are like stay-at-home stocks traditionally. EV eventually. We've already seen NIO and XPeng move, but a little quiet on Tesla. Tesla's just been fudded down pretty heavily. Yes, Jeremy, you are correct. It's chat. We're going to call you Chat Jeremy. So I do remember 2 commas popper with NAT there, huh? But yeah, this is a very good run into AMC here. Very happy for AMC. We are only down about 4.3 right now, which is not bad. So a good run here. I haven't seen news on Upstart. I can check the terminal really quick. Let's see here. Upstart. Let's just quickly see here. News. I think it needs to break 51 to really run more. It needs to break 51 more solidly. Upstart, social media volume rises. No, I don't see any news, just commentary. So no real news catalyst on Upstart in terms of a run. Same thing with AMC. I mean, other than that S3 10 out of 10 rack, not seeing it. Yeah, Wish rotating back down doesn't surprise me because to me this was really a faux run. It was a momentum run that did not actually have true fundamental short interest backing it. GameStop up 6%, very nice. Build-A-Bear up as well. Fisker 588. Been keeping an eye on that one. Been a little bit too much of a baby to actually pull the trigger on it. DocuSign, I can't believe it's up like 25% from when I said buy it under 200. DocuSign's one of my faves. We've got Enphase. Oh, Enphase was red earlier, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure we started red earlier. Anyway, kind of rotating around our 155 line here, getting back to 155. Yeah, 2 minutes to the closing bell right now. Can the recreation rally continue until the second half? That's on CNBC right now. Personally, I don't think so. I think the rally right now is the potentially the next rally is something related to the oversold stay-at-homes. We'll see. Oh my gosh, quadruple witching is such a joke. It's just volume goes up a little bit. Every time quadruple witching comes around, people make YouTube videos on it. I mean, I've done it before too in the past, but I'm just exhausted by it because it's such a non-event every time. I wouldn't worry about it. It is something for traders to watch though, because you just know you're going to go into a higher volume day, and it's good to know that your volume's up that day. But beyond that, you don't necessarily know if that's going to be positive volume or negative volume. So there's been chatter with all the fear of runaway inflation that bonds have been heavily shorted. Possible pop on bonds in near term. That bonds have been heavily shorted. Yeah, well, actually, this is true that bonds have been shorted, and that because bond prices are going up, remember when bond prices go up, yields actually go down, and that we might actually be seeing a short squeeze in bonds. I don't trade bonds. I don't profess to know or understand the technicals of bonds. I can tell you the basics of bonds. But beyond that, it's not worth it. I know the bell's coming up in just a second, but I want to show you just the 10-year here. So the 10-year could be getting depressed over the last 3 months by shorts having to start covering and buy back. So yes, that is possible. Let's listen to the bell.
Period. That confirms a little bit of this sort of summer sideways action that we've been in for a while. And as we do approach the close, you see the S&P 500, 42.46. I believe it was about 42.49 was the intraday high yesterday. So we're managing to go out right around those levels. The Dow also positive right at the close, although still down slightly for the week. And the NASDAQ outperforming up about 1/3 of 1% on the day.
All right. I feel like they delayed that bell stream a little more than they usually do. Like usually that bell starts way earlier than it did here. All right, so we are closed for the market. So market is closed. We got most of the markets green here, actually. Yeah, take a look at this here. What do we have here? Dow pretty much flat, S&P 0.2, NASDAQ 0.35, Russell 2K, small cap 1% here. Look, they're keeping Bitcoin up now and that 10-year down again. Very bullish for the market. These are exactly the things that we're looking for. We've got AMC here, pretty much flat in the afters right now, 0.51% to the downside. It's a normal fluctuation, especially after 15% run. Very good on AMC. I'm very happy for my shares. Not so happy on the timing on a short option that I played, but that's okay. I've already calculated it in, and my week has been very, very profitable. We're up about $39,000 with the option plays we did this week on option moves. Super, super excited about that. Which remember, if you want to know every one of my moves, you're always welcome to check out the Stocks and Psychology of Money group link down below. Can't guarantee performance for you, but I give you what my moves are, and my goal is to be right more than wrong. And don't just blindly copy them. Learn from the material in the program as well. But use that 40% off coupon code link down below. Okay, let's go ahead and focus on. I want to find something that's a little more oversold right now. Right, this is something that we want to find. These are things we're looking for. Let's see how things ended up. Let's see if we can find something a little more oversold that we think could have a little bit of a run. Also, if you haven't yet, go to meetkevin.com. If you go to meetkevin.com, you can sign up to come to my free rally, both or either Saturday, which is tomorrow at 4 p.m. in San Francisco, or 4 p.m. in Los Angeles on Juneteenth, which is June 19th next week. I'll also be in a dunk tank next weekend for the campaign, so that'll be fun, celebrating Juneteenth in honor of Juneteenth. So I would like to invite you to go to meetkevin.com, come to those events. Again, the first one, it's the kickoff rally, is in San Francisco. We'll have a stage and everything. It'll be super fun. Okay, that's tomorrow at 4. Go to meetkevin.com for more. Hey, that rhymes. That's tomorrow at 4. Go to meetkevin.com for more. That's sad, Kevin. Okay, focus, Kevin, focus. We got sticks to talk about here. I do think Upstart is oversold, but I do think that Upstart is not at an actual resistance level yet. Support level yet. I keep thinking of Upstart when it was way lower. I do think that Upstart has the potential of falling to the 98 support line. We'll see. I don't think it'll go down further, but it could temporarily. Wish I don't know that this really has real support. I think that this was a little fugazi right here because the short interest was improperly reported. Somebody says they believe Chewy is oversold. So Chewy with an RSI of, hold on, where are we here? Here we are. RSI of 48.43 right now. So sort of mid-range between overbought and oversold. Definitely red in the day here. We did hit our oversolds on Chewy about a month ago. Yeah, we double bottomed over here. Gosh, that reminds me a lot of March 27th and April 3rd. March 23rd and April 3rd. Get my dates right. March 23rd and April 3rd, the bottoms of the market last year. The W-shaped bottom. Am I invested in FRX? We had a brief short-term option in FRX. I did take profits on my FRX option when it was close to, I want to say, 1090. That was part of the gains. Let's look at ESPR here for a moment. So this is another one that actually shows on the day chart. We've started rotating to the upside with our trades. I mean, we're up a good, let's see, 10, 20, 25% here just in the last, 2 weeks. It's not bad. It's a nice movement here. Yeah, from about 19, more even, 19 to 25. Let's look at the short interest on this one. I'll pull up S3 and we can pull up Ortex as well really quick. So S3 takes me a little moment to pull up. But this is another one that I've heard of from a few different folks. So we'll go ahead and pull up Ortex while we wait for S3. And let's go look at ESPR. Therapeutics company, the pharma, I get sometimes a little more nervous with personally. Esperion. Is Doge running? I wonder why Doge is running. Notice you didn't have OC in your calendar, is it? If you're talking about the vlog where we have where there was a list of locations, I would ignore that. We've only got San Francisco and LA confirmed, and we're changing that schedule. We're expanding the schedule, and it's all going to depend on how things go this weekend. So we might add a lot of locations. We might extend that whole list that's there. I would just ignore that, because even in that, we mentioned the wrong time, not on purpose. That's just what we had originally thought when we moved the start time up to 4 p.m. Okay, so we are showing it about 32.5% short over here on ESPR, 81% utilization. So not a big liquidity constraint here, but we do have a good amount of short. I mean, this is kind of what you see at Clover as well. This is what you see at Workhorse. So they possibly set up for this. Let's look at S3 quickly as well here. So go into ESPR. Is showing as also 32% short, and it's been pretty flat. So, even though we've had this run of 25% over the last few days, we haven't actually seen the short interest percentage move at all. So this could just be sort of natural moving back up in the share price. Yeah, but it could lead to a squeeze. But I don't think that's really happened yet. We just haven't seen that short interest go down at all. Now, we have to always take that data with a grain of salt, but yeah, I mean, we've been on a, let's see here. Hold on a sec. If we go out on the day, we did have a run up to 35. Look how strong we sit around $26 here. Yeah, Weeble kind of slow here. Which, by the way, that reminds me, make sure to go to metkevin.com/Weeble to sign up for 2 free stocks. That's this platform right here. If you deposit $100, you will get up to $1,850 in totally free stocks. All right, let's draw a line here. What do we got? A slight ascend here. So if I draw it somewhere around here, we get about a triple touch around this level here, around this 25. Looks like we maybe just broke through that 25.83 here. So it'll be fascinating to see. Can we push back above these? Can it squeeze to some of the higher levels that we've seen? Not sure why. Oh, look at it, even touched over here. Wow, look at that test. So we drew this support based on the dips that we had here, 1, 2, almost 3, 4. I'll call it 3.5. And then you've got another touch over here, in March of 2020. So that's incredible. Yeah, so you definitely have a line here. You really see that oversold here. I wonder what happened on earnings here to lead to this kind of sell-off. So that's something I would look at ESPR. But yeah, I don't really see a squeezing yet. It's certainly set up at 30% though. So Upstart, how are we doing in the after hours now? We've been talking for a little bit, and I'll look at the crypto market as well. Nothing really moving in the after hours. We've got Sens bobbing around 2.5 to 3, GameStop 1.45, Mind Medicine. No massive movers here. Let's look at crypto a little bit. Ethereum under that 34 level. I don't see Doge doing this run. I guess if you're looking at like maybe the 1 minute, it looks, yeah, okay, the 1 minute looks like a nice run. This is true. Usually I keep my crypto on the 5 minute, but you're right. I mean, even on the 5 minute, that's looking juicy right now. That's a nice movement there. Yeah, Ethereum is not following that. And Bitcoin, where's the darn thing? There it is. Bitcoin back at that 37 level, been sort of vacillating a bit. So yeah, we talked a little bit about the potential catalyst for AMC, what we think it was, the S3 report about being a 10 out of 10. I personally thought that was already old news, but that's the only thing I've really been finding circulating today. But all right, what else do we have here? Yeah, that ESPR hitting that 24 again as well, Buck. That was interesting, TA. So Sens has just been pretty nice here. Let's look at the short interest on Sens. It's so incredible, such an incredible mover here, though. I mean, it's at $4 right now, $4. Hey, it's at 420-ish. Yeah, look, 420. Let's go. That's great. Going from about $2 to 420 in literally the last 10 days here. So I mean, you have a solid double here on Sens. Sens has just been absolutely crushing it. Let's see if we can get just a short interest on Sens here. All right, Sens. Look at that. And you haven't even seen the short interest move on Sens either. Again, could be wrong, but 21.69%. That's pretty darn stable short interest data right here. And so Sens still 21% short. I mean, it's incredible. So AMC short interest, 14.9% of SI flow. See, did they just really update AMC again? What, they keep updating this. It's incredible. I mean, it's a good thing. Now, see here, it says 13.47%. I think they don't even know what they're talking about sometimes. Whatever. All right, let's go ahead and go back to the sticks here. Here we go. All right, so GME, Tattooed Chef coming back up exactly what it lost during the day. Lion Electric, LEV, how have they been doing lately? Yeah, slow, boring trend up. How's Hyliion been? Hyliion at $12. Okay. I mean, it's bailed out nicely out of that $7 hold. That was pretty incredibly low. The same was true for XL Fleet. Yeah, yeah. Well, it's still far cry from $20. That's when Jim Cramer really liked it. I sold my XL Fleet. I felt like such an idiot. But I just didn't believe in the company. So I sold XL Fleet profitably right here, like right there, whatever that is, 1950 or something like that. And literally Jim Cramer pumps it the next day. I think it was actually Citadel or Citron, one of them. It might have been Citron. Citron pumps it the day after that. The thing goes to like 36. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm such an idiot. Like, why did I think fundamentally the company was bad? Or like I didn't like the fundamentals of the company. And of course I felt like an idiot those 2 days after. But I had originally been in the position as a long. And so I thought, no, Kevin, just believe in your fundamentals, believe in your analysis. And literally it just evaporated. I mean, it went from $20 to like $5 here. That's pretty rough. And I'm not trying to like applaud bagging on it or whatever. No, not at all. It's just, sometimes even when you are looking at something fundamentally in the short term, you're like, oh, you know? So there you go. AMC at 50. Just so you know, my line is 51. And the reason I say that is because we haven't broken the support that I found here. And so I'm looking, well, it's 50.85 is my level. We're pretty close to that. We just hit 50.30 on AMC here. And so if we bounce off of this, well, then maybe we'll have less run potential. What we're really looking for is a breakout over this level right here. Ooh, what's this? Demand for second homes is cooling?
15 or 20. So I still think we'll be supply constrained. There are more buyers than sellers. We need the sellers to come into the market. So if demand comes down one step, that would be welcome relief. We really saw Memorial Day weekend slow down, but then it came back over the past few days. So I still think you're going to have high interest in housing just because people are able to work from wherever they want. There's going to be a migration from high tax states to lower cost parts of America. That's a long-term trend.
Yep.
Glenn,
bingo.
Part of the consumer sentiment numbers.
Learn that, California, would you? High taxes here. All right. So where were we? Somebody wanted to know short interest on XL. Sure. I don't really want to do a bunch of these right now, though. So, yeah. Okay, we are at 20.42 here right now. And let's go back to Webull here. So glad to see this movement here on AMC, though. Let's see here. In my real estate video, what about it? No one ever gets hurt. Did you pre-send that? We need an investor ban on real estate. One house, max two. Yeah, so I think this is actually misguided. This is probably because of there's this tweet storm that's circulating that Wall Street is buying up all the homes. It's actually not true. 90% of homes are sold to home buyers. It has nothing to do with Wall Street. If anything, Wall Street provides liquidity for homes. Wall Street renovates homes. Wall Street takes risks on homes that individual investors won't take advantage of. In fact, if you want like a detailed explanation of how the mainstream media just says it's villainizes Wall Street, do this. Meet Kevin. Housing. Okay, here. Let me see if I can find it. Here we go. Okay, here. This is seriously a video that you should watch. It's very, very, very important. Okay, the next housing crisis is here. How the media lies to you. Okay, really, and I like their channel. Okay, Crystal Seeger, The Hill, The Rising, right? But it's seriously, watch this, and you'll learn a whole lot more about this whole housing debacle. Very, very, very important that you check that out when it comes to real estate. All right. Let's go here. How many of those home buyers own more than 2 homes? Hey, get the data. Let's look it up. It's a good question. But most people that I've ever represented are just single homeowners. Although we have seen second home ownership rise to high levels of about 6%, or 6% of people do have. Bring back the beard. I don't think anytime soon. Yeah, but thank you. Look at games. I almost said GAMC, like G. That doesn't sound right. Yeah, that doesn't sound right at all. I'm sorry. Anyway, all right. Anyway, GME ran through the closing bell here and is up 2% in the after hours. We've got Sens up 4%. Where'd AMC just go? Okay, let's go to AMC. The wisdom beard. AMC, yeah, dropping back. See, look at that bounce off of this level over here. So we want to keep an eye on that. We didn't quite get to that, the level that we have here. So, all right, what else? Stop. Y'all going to kill me in the comments now. Okay, so what else? Microvision does do this rotation down to under 20. Yeah, and then it runs up to 20 again. It's the back and forth with Microvision's perfect trade. MP Material 32. It's been sitting here forever. Really would love to just identify some really oversolds here. I mean, I love Etsy under 175, but at this pricing, I don't think it's devastatingly oversold. Same thing with Enphase. I think it's undervalued, but I don't think it's heavily oversold. Pinterest almost back to 70. Honestly, Tesla is one that's just been in the toilet, for a while. It just continued. But then again, we have had massive runs too. You just kind of have to look at it if you look at it from the year to date, once you go into December, it's like, oh, come on, it's fine. You just got rid of the froth. That's fine. But relative to 2020, yeah, Tesla's kind of bouncing along these bottom lines that we've got here. Qualcomm trades sideways for too long as well. And I would I'm staying away from the recovery because I think they've just gotten too highly valued after the Biden administration came. It wasn't actually after Biden. That was a convenient line up there. It was really when the vaccine was approved. That's when we started seeing this takeoff. AMC after hours, 49.58. Lordstown. Let's get the afters here. Yeah, Lordstown down about 1% here. GameStop, Fuel, Geo. Affirm and C3AI. Those are. Now you guys are giving me, and Kelsey, you're giving me the super chats about my screw. Oh, no. After hours volatility and confidence in the stock. That's a really good question. I think that's probably too hard to tell because you could have 20 apes buy 20 shares, or you could have one buy 400, it's too hard to tell. No, not Freudian. Stop it. Okay. Anyway, do you have any campaign t-shirts? Yeah, come to the San Francisco rally tomorrow. You can get a campaign t-shirt. We'll be doing a big raffle tomorrow too, so it'll be fun. So remember, go to meetkevin.com, sign up for the San Francisco rally. That's tomorrow at 4, and the Los Angeles rally next week at 4. All right, but more importantly, okay. So I want to just take a brief moment here on C3AI and Affirm. Okay, C3AI, not exactly at oversold anymore. We bounced off our oversold back in early May. So Affirm a little off these lows, sitting around that 68 level. Yeah, we've had support around 68, 69, 70 before. This was a lot of IPO hype and hopium. So let's go to AI instead. AI, I think, AI is much closer to its bottom over here. On the day chart, it's sitting at an RSI of 47. Okay, that's closer to an oversold. Let's see here. Do we have any? Yeah, look at that. Oh, wow. That's a pretty solid line right here. Check this out. Look at this. When you zoom into this here, look at that. Touch, 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 oversold, touch again. So we're really got a big support line here at, it's pretty clear. What is that? 59.42-ish, something like that. I think it's right above it. But anyway, yeah, because that's where we closed right now. Basically, where we closed is at the support level. And it makes you wonder if like this is a potential stock. Let's see what the short is. But AI isn't too shorted. At least by memory. I don't remember. It's been a while since I looked. Let's see. Nah, look at that. 16.42%, and the short interest has even gone down here recently. Kyler, you haven't commented in so long. Well, welcome back. Appreciate you. So AMC's 4-day surge slaps short sellers with a big loss. It went away on us there. You could rewind and see it though. Yeah, so C3AI is one that makes me curious. Let me quickly look at the fundamentals on C3AI. So fundamentals on C3AI, and this is just a brief look. You could do your own forecasts, obviously, with fundamental analysis. You can also cheat with expectations, but you want to see how much your expectations align with company expectations or Wall Street expectations. 3 different things: yours, the company's, and Wall Street's. C3AI is not. Yeah, that's right. Now I remember. Problem is C3AI does not have a real path to profitability at this point. It's still so early, and I think that's why this one's just getting oversold so much because of that fear, and that's why there's even on the slight, not being as enthusiastic during their last earnings call or their last earnings projections, something that really kind of kept this one down a little bit. But yeah, I mean, we're at negative earnings really through 2025, which doesn't mean you can't be interested or invest in those companies. Doesn't mean they can't run. But Coin, C3AI, those are probably some of the last 2 that are looking like super juicy right now. AI's hunt start up and down. I believe that. I do believe that. Feel like short interest is all BS. None of it correlates all the same. It's true. I mean, I can totally see that. I think it's short interest is just a catalyst for folks to get in. And then it's that sort of buying that helps. Kevin acknowledged me. I can die happy. No, stop it. How many 618 $40 call options are in the money? How many? Hey, Kevin, how many 618 $40 call options are in the money? Why? That's I wonder if we can see that on Bloomberg. I have no idea. I mean, you're trying to find out how much an open interest we have. I think I can see that if I go to AMC. That's a really good question, actually. I could go to Options Monitor and I can find out. Oh man, Options Monitor. Oh mom, there we go. Oops, screwed it up. Oh mom. All right, here we go. Options Monitor. So if I go to the 18th, and I'm going to select specifically the 18th, I'm going to go with, let's go with 15 different strikes. So I get some more. Oh, no, I got to go out more. I got to go to 20 different strikes. I'm going to go to 30 different strikes. There we go. Okay, so for the 40s, let's go to calls. Give me a sec. $40 calls. I've got a volume of 27,000. It's like 270,000 shares. No more, because that's 10. Contract is 100. Ooh, that'd be 2.7 million. That's a lot. It's a lot of shares. You also have the $43 June 18th calls. There are 36,800 of those contracts. 13,000 on 45, 35,000 on 50. Yeah, we got a lot of ITMs there. Ooh, and you actually don't have as many at the higher regions. Let me go out a little more. Let me go to 70 strikes. If I go out to like that 70 range again, well, we got 22,000 at 60. Those are going to get screwed unless we get a squeeze here. And then the $70 price point with 16,000. Yeah, I mean, you put all of these in the money, you're going to start getting some gamma squeezing. I can't share the screen. I'll get sued. So you just have to take my word for it. Can course members go back and watch streams later? Yes. A lot of people actually do that. They join the course and then they'll watch the course member live stream later. I cannot share the screen. Are you vlogging the campaign? Yes. Yes, we'll be vlogging this weekend. And if you haven't yet, seriously, download the Meet Kevin app. Yeah, it's just the YouTube video notifications. But that way, if I make a post, you don't miss it. So you can see him live right here. The upcoming rallies, you can click on this. You could see like some old playlists here. See, here's the Governor vlog playlist, Governor videos. So it's nice and separated. And then you've got real estate, making money and passive income, making money, whatever, stocks in the stock market, blah, 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 latest videos or whatever, obviously right here. So yeah. How are my Neo options doing? And they should be doing well. Let's see. I don't love looking at my options. Honestly, I rarely do. I don't remember when I bought my Neo options. Tesla options not doing so well. But I'm also trying to purposely not look at those because they're Neo. Oh, here we go. So they're up 30%. Total, these particular Neo option. Well, I'll show you. This was from our big 420 buying. 420 buying. Somebody's gonna clip that. Kevin said 420 buying. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, anyway, yeah, this is what we got. We got $30 calls. It's because the thing was trading for like $33 when we did this. But anyway, like these are the kind of alerts that I sent to the course members. And this was a big alert because I threw, $111,000 in on Neo call options, $30 Neo call options. So I expect that this will continue to do very well. But it's a longer term call. If it was shorter term, the profit would be much higher. But hey, whatever. Today was a nice move, obviously, in it. So, and Tesla will do that as well. Okay. So what else? Anything else? Let's see. Let's just see how the after hours looking really quick. Did you nix the income video? No, I didn't nix it. It's just going to take more time than I thought it would. So it'll come. Okay. Sen's doing well after hours. GameStop up a bit. Where's AMC? Enphase. Come on. Geo down again. Was AMC playing the flat game again? You're going to be boring? Yeah, basically. It's down a third in the afters. Whatever. It's silly afters. We got a weekend ahead of us. I don't know. I kind of get bored by the weekend. I miss y'all. So, oh well. Stay tuned for the videos. I'm excited for y'all. I do fly out tonight at like 6. And yeah, I got 3 flights coming up. And then at some point I got to get to Florida too. So anyway, appreciate y'all being here, folks. Thank you so much. Check out the courses down below, 40% off. Chat with me in Discord over the weekend. Because I'm going to be flying, I'm going to be like really active in Discord. That's at least what I'm promising myself. I want to be chatting on Discord, get the Wi-Fi, and just chat it up on Discord. So hit me up, tag me with questions. And folks, we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for being here. Goodbye. Now, that's not the end button. This is the end button.